I'm Roy back again. Back to you on a kind of overcast Sunday morning. This is September, you know what, I don't even know. I think it's either the 3rd or the 4th right now. And this is going to be kind of an update video on how we fared with the hurricane, or in our case, tropical storm Hermine. And I apologize for not doing a vlog yesterday. We had some really interesting situations happen. We wound up losing power 4 times yesterday. That's right, guys, 4 times. And what happened was our Fios, internet, TV, everything went out just around the second time the power went out, which was around 6 a.m. And we were pretty much without TV all day long till about 5 or 6 p.m. And at that point, just didn't really feel like doing much of a vlog. Though we did go out yesterday for breakfast. We had an issue right down the street there, about 2 houses down. You can see that cluster of trees right there. Well, one of the branches came down and actually blocked the entire road for a few hours. So we were kind of stuck inside, or we thought we would be. Luckily, a friend of ours was able to get out of their neighborhood and actually go ahead and pick us up. We just walked down there, went past where they were cutting the tree down. At that point, they actually started cutting it up. And they picked us up, and by the time we got back from meeting at Nick's, yes, we went to Nick's, everything was clear. So we fared pretty well. There wasn't really any damage. I will go in the backyard and show you some of the debris left over from the storm. So I'm going to turn you guys around and be back in just a moment. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, as I'm going to the back, you can start seeing some of the leaves and things that have fallen off the trees. You can see that our patio is an absolute mess. We're going to have to clean probably tomorrow. But the hurricane is going to be coming back, or the tropical depression in this case. And basically we're going to wait until Tuesday, and we're going to go ahead and sweep this entire patio. You can see we got some tree branches down here. Got something came off here, probably from that tree up there. Actually, might as well start picking up some of this stuff. You can see this big thing came down. Got some bigger branches here. While I'm back here, I'll just collect as many as I can. So got this so far, but you can see we got a whole bunch of stuff down here. We got some more branches. This one's actually from the pine tree way up there. But yeah, what a mess. But luckily no damage. You can see that just some pine needles on the shed there, nothing major, just stuff that needs to be mowed over. But the trailer came out just fine. Nothing fell on it, thank God. Yeah, everything here seems to be okay. And as you get more towards the front, everything kind of cleared up, because we really don't have too many trees out in the front. But I mean, this is just a little part of what I just picked up. You can see, yep, did definitely lose a lot of little limbs, but thank God there was no damage, because the last tropical system we had here actually pulled away some of my siding right towards the top up there. And wasn't quite strong enough. Winds we actually had were about 40 mile an hour sustained, so nothing too severe. That's just barely tropical force, so it wasn't enough to really do any major guys, damage. Now, by no means does that mean that we are out of the woods, because this is just the beginning of the tropical season. Basically around here it goes from the end of August to the beginning of November, and yeah, it can be pretty severe at times. I mean, we are overdue for some tornadoes and some hurricanes, and yes, sometimes you can get a hurricane with tornadoes. This one luckily did not spawn any tornadoes, I don't think. At least not in our area. I know down in the Carolinas, Hatteras Island, they actually had some tornadoes, or at least one that landed. Now they're thinking there may have been 2. Unfortunately, some people lost their trailers, because they actually hit a RV park, trailer park like this, not a mobile home park. So these were actually travel trailers, and these people were very, very lucky. There were some injuries, but no deaths. One trailer got tipped over with people in it. They're the ones that got sent to the hospital, but as I've heard so far this morning, they're doing okay. They're recovering. The other people that were in that trailer park were actually able to get out before the trailers tipped over. So you always got to be thankful when you're spared serious injury, especially when you have a really, really severe tropical system like they had in the Outer Banks. Because when it hit the Outer Banks, it was a very strong tropical storm, but it wasn't even a hurricane. So it goes to show you, if you guys live in a mobile home park, you're in a trailer park, and they're predicting tropical weather, seek shelter. Find a building, go to a mall, anywhere where it's a sturdy building and not a mobile home, a trailer. Anything recreational like that is not safe, even in tropical storm force winds. The more you know, right, guys? All right, guys. Well, that is all of the branches picked up. You can see a lot of these were already dead. These are really, really dry inside, so these are probably just kind of hanging by a thread anyway, and that's pretty much why they fell down. Most of this is, I think, the pin oak and a few of the pine branches, and that's about it. And this stuff is really not that good to burn, so I'm not going to save this for the wood pile. This is really too petrified, and just they're kind of too small, so we'll just go ahead and throw these out. This will biodegrade fairly quickly. Woo! And I'm actually sweating up a storm here, so I'm going to go inside now and have myself a nice cool drink. Alright guys, so I'm actually in my room. I'm editing up some time-lapse footage that I took with the GoPro Hero Plus LCD of the tropical storm we had the other day. Now, it is really hard to do with that. For those of you that don't know, the GoPro Hero Plus LCD has a time-lapse function, but it's not a video time-lapse, it's actually a photographic time-lapse. So what I had to do was take all of those time-lapse pictures that it took, put them into Windows Movie Maker, which I have over here. They're entirely strung together. They're being played at basically 0.5 milliseconds. So they go very, very quickly. It's about 14 hours of footage that I captured and got down to 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Eventually, I would really love to be able to afford a GoPro Hero 4 Silver or even Hero 4 Black. With those, you can actually do what's called video time-lapse, which is much better because you don't actually have to string all of these photos together, and it just takes forever. Plus, it's a big, huge toll on the computer. As a matter of fact, it took me about an hour to just go ahead and get these all strung together. There's no fancy editing done here, guys. The computer just can't take it. Even my Core i7 struggles doing this. So basically, I'm gonna put that up as a separate video. I added some interesting music to it. Like I said, basically this is just the total 14 hours of the storm, the worst part of it, that is, strung together in about 7 minutes. And I think you guys will find it kind of interesting. I got a pretty good angle. I did this out of the front dining room window facing the street, so you can actually see the trees going back and forth. It's actually really cool, and you can see how bad the winds were. So hope you guys really enjoy it. It's editing up right now. It's going to take a while. It's rendering at this point, and about 4% done, so hopefully I can get that put up. I'll probably get that actually put up before the vlog today, because there are a few other things I want to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little break, get something to drink, and talk to you guys a little later. We're heading out to get some food. We're going to go down to Cedar Road area, which they have a really good Chinese restaurant, Peking 2. I'm not going to do a review today because I got mom and dad with me, and Sundays usually they're really, really busy days. Having a little bit of trouble with that time-lapse footage. This is why I want to get a better GoPro eventually. It is such a big file, even with my Dell XPS 8700 with 16 gigabytes of memory and all that extra storage. I'm still running low on virtual memory when I try to render it through Movie Maker, so may have to do some more editing. So that video may not be up today. I may have to wait until tomorrow to actually figure out how I'm going to really render all this, because problem is so many pictures. It's really 5-second intervals of pictures for 14 hours, and the computer's having a hard time handling that. So we'll see what happens. We're just about to head out now, and I'll talk to you guys a little later. Just ordered. I got something different. I decided to try the sesame chicken this time. Then mom and dad stuck with the same. They both got the garlic chicken. And here comes the soups that we ordered. Check these things out, guys. This is their hot and sour. I think I showed you this once before, but it definitely deserves another look. Check this out, guys. You got these big mushrooms here. I love this. Nice size mushrooms. Got the bean pods there. You got some green onion. Absolutely delicious. And then you got some kelp in there. And then, of course, you got your big things of tofu. So I am going to go ahead and eat this, and I'll show you what their sesame chicken looks like in just a few minutes. But oh man, this is a real treat. We get to do this about maybe once a month, and I enjoy this so much. Sesame chicken. As the first time I've actually had it here, but you can see you got all those sesame seeds on there. Very reminiscent of the General Tso's, except the flavoring's a little different. This is not as spicy, so you get really nice fresh fried rice with a big pieces of pork. So yep, time to eat some dinner, and then we'll see what else happens. Oh, Mom wants to show you the dumplings. She loves these dumplings here, fried dumplings. So
they are the best.
They absolutely are. So we're gonna eat, and I'll talk to you guys a little later. Dollar Tree, but in the other part of my town, and guess what I found? That ethanol treatment. I've been looking for this for a long time. I use this in my car because the ethanol in the fuel now causes damage, especially to those Lincoln engines. So that's really awesome. I'm actually buying 6 of those, so I'll have them for a little while. Hopefully they'll start bringing them back to our Dollar Tree. I don't know where they've been, but I need to pick up a few other things. And alrighty, talk to you later. So I'm just leaving Dollar Tree now, and I want to show you something else that they had there. Something that this Dollar Tree is the only one I've seen it at so far. They had these 3-foot HDMI cables. These are HDMI 1.4, version 1.4 full HD cables. And I'm going to go ahead and test these later on when I get home, because I'm dying to see if these will actually work or not. I wanted to buy 4 of them. I mean, they're only 3 feet, but most of my devices are that close. So if I do need any extra HDMI cables, these work. Hey, for $1, you can't go wrong. And I remember reading an article. I think it was in Time magazine, where they were comparing the expensive HDMI cables to the budget ones, and they actually said in some instances the budget cables actually worked better than the more expensive ones. I think they tested stuff like Monster Cables, the Rocket Fish, that's the Best Buy brand. They had some real cheap ones they got online through Amazon and eBay, and sure enough, the cheaper ones in quite a few instances worked as good, if not better, than the more expensive ones. So just kind of word of warning, you guys don't usually have to spend a lot of money to get good quality cables. Well, I'm going to start heading home in a few minutes. I got to run into At Home, which is kind of like a, what do you call this? Kind of like a discount store for furniture and stuff. So I'm going to head in there. I can't really film in there because they don't allow it, but I'll talk to you guys later. All right, guys, well, I'm in the car waiting to head home. I'm going to end the vlog here for today. Hope you guys really enjoyed this as usual. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.